Hey guys, this is Shannon from Pish Posh Reselling. Now this is kind of an unplanned video. It's something that just popped into my head last night that I got thinking about, and I thought, you know what, I'm just going to make a real quick video and share those thoughts with you guys. So as you know, we're coming up on the end of the year and the new year is coming up, and whether you're into resolutions or not, I personally don't make them. But there's something about the new year that makes people want to make changes, and they want to improve different parts of their lives or things like that. So I was thinking how that relates to your reselling business is something I've noticed over my years of reselling, that there's certain categories of items that sell a bit better, but at the end of December, beginning of January. And so maybe it would be a good time if you look through your death piles, profit piles, whatever, your unlisted inventory, whatever it is that you call it. Maybe look through those items if you have unlisted inventory, and see if you have any of the items that kind of fit that category, because these categories that I'm about to talk about, because you just never know. It might be a good time to do that. So anyway, I'm just going to talk about 3 different types of categories, and then we'll look on eBay a little bit just to kind of see what some potential profit can be, and just a little bit. I tried to look for a way to figure out if sales would increase in those categories in different years, but as I looked at Terapeak, all I could really see was whether the prices of items, like the selling price, how that changed throughout the year. And so there was some interesting information there. I'll try to share that with you too. So first off, let's talk about getting organized. Okay, so organizers, planners, diaries, those types of things in the past, like my husband and I used to look out for Franklin Covey, was a fairly good brand for reselling their organizers. I'm trying to think of some other ones. There's a lot of trendy ones. There's the Happy Planner that was super popular for a while. But that type of idea, something about January, people are like, okay, I do it myself sometimes too. I buy a new calendar because I think, all right, this is the year I'm going to get organized and start writing everything down. Ha ha ha. Anyway, so let's take a look right now at some recent solds. I'm just going to use Franklin Covey as an example, and let's look at the potential in Franklin Covey organizers. So many people do things on their phones and their computers and things, but there is still a market for good old pen and paper, write your plans down. So let's take a look at that right now. I'm just going to delay. There always seems to be a little delay once I switch over to screen sharing, in the sound. Anyway, what I did is I just searched for Franklin Covey organizer on eBay, and I came over here on the side and I scrolled down, and as you can see, I checked the boxes for sold items. So then I went back up to the top of the search results, and I changed the sort to price plus shipping, highest first. And I did that, and so we can see the top best sales in the last 90 days for Franklin Covey organizers. So we see a nice leather, Italian leather one was right at the top at 125. Another leather one with a strap, we got down into like the 80s and 90s, down to 68. So definitely leather would be a good one to keep an eye out for. A lot of the Franklin Covey are actually leather, so the Italian leather must be what's really getting it. But as you can see, these are pretty good prices. Someone had a new one that hadn't been used. And we've sold ones like this before that have little handles. They kind of become a little briefcase. And then inserts, the ones that zip close. So yeah, even if you think these are outdated, just, keep an eye out. at the thrift stores for these. And like I mentioned before, we tended, if we had these in our shop and listed them around this time of year, or if we, had them, happened to come across them, listed them this time of year, it's when it sold the fastest as compared to other years. So just wanted to give you an idea on that. And then I just, for fun, I did the same thing for happy planners. Now, this whole big section up here, it's big numbers, but it's huge lots of stickers and things like that. Large lots. And so I don't know. Disney looks like it should be a good one. These are happy planners. They were, craft stores in my area. Even Hobby Lobby would sell all the different things to go in these planners. So I don't know if their heyday is kind of over. It's just the only one that popped into my head. So there could be current ones that I'm just not aware of. But basically that's the idea, is you want, to look for things that people are going to get excited about, wanting to, start getting organized for the new year. Okay? All right, let's go on to what the next category is. Okay, so as we saw, there's potential for good profit. Maybe those items get overlooked a little bit at thrift stores. Don't overlook the good old-fashioned pen and paper. I don't think personally I have anything like that in my profit pile at the moment. I do keep an eye out for those organizers or planners, but just try to think anything along those lines with, office related type things that people are looking for to get themselves organized. Okay, let's move on to the next. What's another big change that people like to make in the new year? They want to eat better, right? They talk about, okay, I'm going to start my diet in January. They're going to get past the holidays that they celebrate and their time with their families, and they say, okay, after all that is over, I'm going to start eating better and I'm going to start following a diet. So we have had success in the past with different diet plans, body makeover type things, and those types of items can do very well this time of year. So there's a 6-week body transformation makeover thing that I've done pretty well with. I'll show you some comps for that. There's also even like Richard Simmons. I mean, this is a vintage product, but a Richard Simmons diet programs with little cards and things like that. We have sold that pretty well. And I'll show you some comps for that as well. So anything like that, maybe even diet cookbooks or a lot. I've noticed that a lot of times, like a single cookbook, if it's kind of mass market, that's not going to sell that well. But people, like if you can lot up, a bunch of cookbooks in a similar type. Like one time I had come across a bunch of slow cooker or crockpot cookbooks, and they wouldn't sell for much individually, but if I sold them all together, they sold pretty fast. So maybe a diet, like a paleo or a vegan or something like that. If you have a stack of those types of cookbooks, maybe lot them up and sell those. Maybe this would be a good time of year to do that. Anyway, let's take a look now at some information about diet programs or body transformation or workout type programs. Workout DVDs, I would stick with maybe sealed ones unless they're super popular. Yeah, so, and again, lot them up, maybe a lot of a certain type of workout type thing. Okay, let's take a look at eBay. We looked at the Happy Planner. We're talking about exercise and diet, or not necessarily exercise, but diet and meal planning, that type of thing. So the ones that popped into my head that I've had experience selling is this 6-week body makeover kit by Michael Thurmond. It's a weight loss program. So yeah, diet, weight loss, those types of things. These ones that are complete, that have the DVDs, these also came with exercise bands. And so if you have that, you'll get good prices on this. So this might be something you'll find at yard sales. I think the last time I found this, I found a partial set at a thrift store. It didn't have the complete exercise band parts to it, so I just sold all the rest of it and just got a little bit less. So like I said, I'll try to find my numbers from the ones I sold. I believe I sold a complete one, if my memory is correct, and I sold a partial one, but I will double check all that in my records. And then the other one we've had experience selling is Richard Simmons Deal-A-Meal. So a sealed one was $100, free shipping. Brand new and sealed, obviously, is the best. But then brand new open box. Let's see if we get down to... Okay, here's like an open one. This one's open, and they did an auction. This one's incomplete, although brand new, so $25. So you're kind of now getting into the, I think we kind of had it like this one time where we just had the cards and everything, but $26, and we just paid $1 or $2 at the thrift store. Okay, so like we were saying, you know, anything meal plan, exercise plan, diet plan, self-improvement type category is something to kind of keep an eye out for. Check your profit piles and see what you got. That's right. Richard Simmons' program was called Deal-A-Meal. So that's the ones I've sold before. And you can sometimes just sell pieces, parts of them. The 6-week body makeover thing, I've had them be partially used, and or just kind of rearranged according to the previous owner who maybe started and didn't finish. And I just kind of put it all back in order as much as I could. And I will try to track down my selling price on the Deal-A-Meal and the 6-week body makeover. And if I can find those, I will pop those up right here. Okay, last category that popped into my head last night was very closely related to diet and exercise, and that's workout gear, workout clothing. Of course, obviously these things sell all year long, but there's a lot of times people are determined, okay, in the new year, I'm going to start going to the gym. I'm going to start doing this, etc., etc. I'm going to start running in the morning, getting on my treadmill, all those types of things. So, yeah, obviously, so I think out of the things that I'm talking about, this is probably the one category that I do have things in my profit pile that I could dig out. I'm sure I've got some Under Armour. I possibly even have some Lululemon, if that's easy to believe. I don't know that it's necessarily really workout. It might have just been a tank top that wasn't super exciting. I have a vague memory of that. Anyway, it's probably time to go through my bags and boxes and just see what I have in there and just try to get up as much of that as I can in the next couple days. I know I probably should have done this video sooner, but honestly, it just popped into my head last night. And I started thinking for myself, do I have anything diet, exercise, all that kind of stuff in my profit pile? So I am going to go look for those workout clothes, men's and women's, and I am going to try to get those listed. So hopefully we'll see those coming up in the what solds. Okay, so I decided I really needed to put my money where my mouth was, and so I just went through, I went through my readily accessible profit piles. Actually, I have some bins of clothing out in the garage, and I took a real quick look, and those are actually organized, my unlisted, my TBLs, my to be listed bins, and I don't have a whole lot of activewear out in those, so I think I'm good to go. This is just kind of stuff. I have some bags in these closet thing behind me of thrift trips, probably fairly recently, but kind of going back into the summer a little bit. Oh my goodness, I found so much stuff. Not just exercise gear, but just stuff that needs to be listed like right now. And just fun stuff that I forgot about. And anyway, I was thinking about going thrifting tomorrow. My husband, it snowed again. Okay, so here we are again with our whole issue of snow tires and me being stuck at home and everything. And so my husband had some appointments tomorrow, but then in the afternoon he had a work chore. He had to go pick up some materials up near the faraway thrift store that I really, really like. And he offered to take me with so I could go pop around. And I was like, yeah, okay, maybe we'll do that. But then I started this project and oh my goodness, it would be totally irresponsible of me to go thrift because I'll just come home with another bag of clothes and it's ridiculous. So you are hearing it from me first that I need to just work on listing what I've got. I'm sure I will have to take some thrift trips because that is my mental health. But anyway, I just figured I'd show you a few of the items that I found in my profit pile and maybe give you a little bit of inspiration. So look, I found the shirt that I'm wearing. Under Armour. It's like a little pullover hoodie. And I had picked it up. I wasn't sure if it would fit. I had picked it up like for myself because I liked it, but I'm not too sure about the turtleneck, the cowl. It's not tight, which is a bonus, but you know, I tend to get a little claustrophobic, so we'll see if I like that. I don't know. Anyway, I had stuff in these bags. There was stuff from way back that I didn't even remember finding, so that's terrible. Okay, so I've got this little t-shirt. The brand is Nike, but it's ACG, which is a line I don't believe that they make anymore, and it was new with tags. So that's kind of a retro kind of thing. Not super old, but anyway, there's a following for ACG stuff. These I got not too long ago, little running shorts, workout shorts, and the brand is Athleta. Wow, that's really hard to see. Anyway, it's got the name of the short underneath, so these are a fairly new style. Because older Athleta doesn't name the piece. This is just an Oakley base layer, workout type shirt. I thought, here I am down in the basement with the pipes again. My little thrifting, reselling layer. I don't know. I had this little pair of shorts, running shorts. I think they were $1. They're Nike Dry Fit. We'll get those on. I'm not expecting huge money from this, but if this stuff is going to move, I want it to move now. You know, I want it to go. So, Under Armour, it's medium, it's hooded. It's just kind of a pullover type thing. That's kind of exciting. I've got a pair of leggings, Fabletics. Okay. I'm not fond of this brand, but these still had the tag inside, which is helpful. The size is 1X, and there was a design to it. So I think I can sell those. Then I have this other little, this is so funny. I have this other little pullover quarter zip type thing. It's got a brand I've never heard of before, so I don't know why I bought it. Anetik, A-N-E-T-I-K. Keep an eye out in the what solds. Maybe I'll sell it. I don't know. Maybe then you'll know, and then I'll know why I bought it. Just another pair of dry fit shorts. Women's medium, black. I got a pair of, these are Hang 10. These might even be for me. They're like swim shorts. I don't know. You know what? I might keep those. I'll try those on. This is another Athleta piece that is older. See, this is an older tag. A little see-through kind of plastic tag. And so it's harder to find information. It is black. But it's it's that scuba, they call it material, scuba. But it's just a skirt. So like you could wear it over leggings, maybe like back and forth to the gym or something. But it's heavy duty, so it would be for now, like winter. So it needs to be listed. Oh, have I mentioned that activewear is not my favorite subject? I don't think I mentioned that. That's why all this stuff is sitting here, because I don't like listing it. And I've pretty much stopped buying it, unless it's really interesting. Lululemon, it's just a tank. I don't think it's worth that much, and it's older. So I don't know. We'll just get rid of that. I mean, I'm gonna list it, but maybe I'll just do it straight on Poshmark so I don't have to waste a lot of time. These I had bought for myself. They're J. Jill Fit, is what they're called. They're just kind of a wide leg yoga pant. And I did wear them. There's two. Don't ask me where the other pair is. Maybe it's still upstairs in my stuff, but I did wear them for a bit. I wore one pair. But anyway, at the bottom, it snaps open right here. Like you could put them on over your sneakers. See, it snaps. So I don't know. Just for hanging around the house, the snaps kind of bang against your leg. And I'm more like sitting on the couch in these and not running. Anyway, so I never looked up J. Jill Fit. I just wanted some nice yoga pants for my trip, and I wore them on my trip, but I'm not thrilled with them, so I'll sell them. Now this is a tank top. I think it wasn't that long ago. This is Stella McCartney. She did a collab with Adidas. And as I'm looking at this, I realize now that I have a pair of Stella McCartney leggings somewhere. So maybe I have a to be listed pants bin, and maybe I need to look in there too, because I know I have Stella McCartney leggings that I didn't list, and another pair of leggings that day. I don't remember, so I'm gonna have to go look it up. And then this is just a men's t-shirt, but it's Gymshark, so I thought that would be good timing to get that one on too. Okay, so that's my pile. That's my work cut out ahead of me. And anyway, back to wherever I stuck this in the video. Bye, everybody. Have fun digging in your profit pile. Below, do you have any experience with these types of items selling better this time of year? Obviously, any of those things could sell at any time of the year, but sometimes it's just good to be prepared for this type of shopper who's coming along at the beginning, end of one year, the beginning of the next. And there might be a little uptick, I don't know, September, school year start, kind of, to me, that always feels like a fresh start kind of in September, but that's just from my background. And let me know in the comments below if it's a pattern that you've noticed in your reselling as well. So I hope this information is helpful. Actually, let us go real quick. I did notice something interesting in the data on eBay in Terapeak. So let me just show that to you right now. And it has to do with workout clothing. Interesting is I'm going to show you. So in the Seller Hub, I come over to research, and it's Terapeak product research. This is available for everybody. And as you can see, research goes back 2 years now. So what I did is I just typed in Under Armour, and I looked at it as a whole. Obviously, you know, this is like a crazy price range. Okay, and this is average sold price is the chart that it's showing. And so I'm going to drop it down to 1 year. So last year, oops, I think I have to hit that again. Do it over. Okay. So as you can see, there's like a little bit of a scoop in this chart. And this is like the average selling price along here. But look at this. This is January 1st is here. So this is going to be the December dates, end of December into January. And then it goes down. There's little bumps like in this as summer is starting. But as we get to December, it starts ramping back up again. So I thought that was interesting. So the charts, I can't find a chart that shows like the number of items in certain categories selling. But that's just one example. That's Under Armour. You know, we could pick any other kind of brand. And we could see if that follows the same trend. Or you can if you want to play around in the charts here. But I just thought that was interesting. It's just a few dollars more, $32.39 average sold price, $28.26 in the middle of summer, and then back up to $31 in December. So it might be a good time of year to sell your workout clothing and gear. You might be able to get a little bit of better prices. Obviously, this is just me doing very unscientific research. I just was kind of surprised to find that in that chart, and I just wanted to share that with you. Another factor to possibly keep in mind. Okay, so that was kind of interesting, right? So wasn't necessarily, I'm probably just gonna repeating what I just said, but not necessarily, the data is not showing us the number of sales in those categories, but it's showing us the prices maybe even slightly higher during those peak times. So that's also a benefit to trying to get those things listed right now. Something else just popped into my head. Oh, also pay attention to what ads are you being shown right now on your social media and on your TV and everything like that. I have been seeing a lot more workout ads, gym membership ads, things like that. So I think it's not all in my head. So hopefully this video helped you. Let me know again if it helped you at all. Leave a thumbs up. And then feel free to go ahead and subscribe if this type of reselling content is something that you think would be helpful for you. I do have the auction results video that's coming out, the little vintage spotlight. The auction did end and we did pretty well. I was super excited about it. And so I'm going to talk about that in that video. I'm planning on it coming out on Friday. So hopefully that is something that you'll find interesting as well. And as usual, we'll have our what sold next Tuesday. And I do have a haul video that I filmed. I just have to edit it. And so we'll see. Maybe Sunday I'll pop something like that up. Anyway, lots of good stuff coming. So go ahead and hit subscribe if you're new here. And I will talk to you soon.